Good evening and welcome to the People's Proletarian Petroleum Prefecture, so want workers and resources, Soviet Republic 256. 256, and we still have challenges, such as getting a railroad out of this warehouse, if at all possible. I'm just going to give it a little bit of an attempt. I don't think it's going to be easy cooperative, but we can sure make a try. So what was that? Are you kidding me? Well, I suppose you're not kidding me. It may not look very great, but it may actually work. Okay. Lovely. What's the point of this railroad? The point of this railroad is to get beer into that warehouse. You already have beer in the warehouse, you know, but still. We have brought it in on trucks and, well, just by adding a little bit of railroad here, we should be able to get it in on the train instead. See here now, where do we get this on? Here. Yes. Excellent. That worked better than I could have ever imagined it would. There you go. And now just to see if they can build it too, which is not certain whatsoever or at all, because there may well not be any workers here. Indeed, there are no workers here. I suppose we can set it, and maybe every once in a while a worker comes around. I'm not actually sure they do. 13 and a total of 23 workers are currently employed in the oil industry, and it does not take a genius to what the hell are you doing here? Utopia workers, what the hell are you doing in this roundabout? What in... What? What are you doing in this roundabout? This no sense makes whatsoever. Unless you have had a refuel. Your local or more closely, yes, you're closer. What do you call it? Fuel station. Here, this one in line. Yeah, that's without fuel. As many things are becoming. Yes, and this piece of crap goddamn train distribution office, it's supposed to keep 30% in storage. Here, before it sends a train, it doesn't. So it's sold all our diesel that we had. Yeah, great. And now we only have what we make, which isn't a lot, since we're not making it at a very fast rate here with this 18 workers now with their productivity of around 30%, which it could be a little bit of an issue here, but not in a not too distant future. Flying planes, that's also very free, not using any fuel almost whatsoever. Yes, but I don't know what to do. It's 7% happiness here in this building now, 38% crime. Yeah, they'll give up soon. They'll give up soon and move out. And in the meantime, we are regrowing the prefecture in other places with healthy, happy, non-criminal people that will stand ready to take over the great pride of living in Utopia or the capital and really being at the heart of it all. Yes. Actually, that's how it is. Meanwhile, here out here in Svedemannen, we're up to 12,000 population now, which might even make this the largest town. Good on map population. It does. But Utopia still has 10,500 people. But the capital, where is even the capital there? 627 people remain in the capital. That is a bit poor. That is a bit poor. Not a whole lot of people are living on the mountainside neither, but that's okay. We're not allowing new citizens to move in, so they're barely getting by with their own offspring, so to speak. barely getting by, they're only getting by. If I did not say. Yes, here we're getting ready to redo the water industry a little bit. Since we now, instead of this crazy little first attempt, which maybe isn't that, it's working. With these water wells, and is for some reason 3 water treatment plants. Yes, but it's working. However, we're doing it with we have pumps out here. We have water towers for the raw water. We have treatment plants, and we have water towers for the treated water, and they are even filled up. Just waiting for a little bit of technical services infrastructure here to become ready until we can rearrange the water distribution slightly here. Still, we have a full supply of nuclear fuel, which is fantastic. Just hope that this whatever it is that we're going through doesn't last long enough that we run out of nuclear fuel. Also, somewhat of a concern, quite a concern, is that quite a bit of the prefecture is running, of course, of power from this place, of the Utopia single reactor nuclear power plant. And we're actually even getting to the point now where we don't always at a full staffing. Can we do anything to alleviate problems that would arise from that going offline? Well, not easily. But there are places. Actually, this place here, this has the potential, at least. It doesn't right now, but it has the potential to take power from both places, from both power plants. If you can only figure out how this works and how to connect it up properly, then you could make it take power from both. And many things actually do take power from both. It's just not everything that does it. And I don't even remember how it was again here. But one of these represents one power plant, the other represents the other power plant. And yeah, really there was to be only like one connection or so, and that should be that we do it, to have it really redundant. But wait, power comes in there, power comes in there, power goes right, power comes in there, but power also goes, it's connected here and that's connected to there. So it ought to be all redundant and so on, such. However, I recall it not working previously when one power plant was out of fuel a bit. Yes, then I was pretty sure that this place was out without power. So this one, that went offline. Yes, we do have this this circuit, or what you would call it here. If we were to hook that up into there, then maybe that would feed, because this is definitely power from the Svennemannen power plant, and that is power from the Utopia power plant. And it may just work out like so that if we put a wire through this or between these things, may just work if the power plant was to go offline. Maybe. There are many other places which still will not work, and is this really the most important and pressing matter that we have at hand? No, I don't think so. But we have the television station. This is more pressing matter at hand. Is that we have a shopping center here. The thing is, this little town, it is not quite enough to have the television station working at optimum level. It's pretty close, but it's not quite there. So we need a little bit more workers, and problem with that is, since they don't have a shop, they have to go on the cable car to get all their stuff, and it is saturated quite decently as it is, the cableway system. We cannot put any more strain on it by having more people living here, so we'll have a small shopping center, I figure, where they can get food and such things. Which is the distribution? Which distribution office should we use for this? I think that we can use the same one as these are using. Yes, but this is just-in-time one, since it does not have an attached storage as all other things do up here. Maybe it should have an attached storage in time. Yeah, right. You're building on a ledge here, on a cliff side. Yeah, it might. No, it will not, because there is... Yes, this is a cheaty building that will allow you to place it absolutely wherever you like. That doesn't mean that I'm going to... Or that it will be a sane thing to do, prudent thing to do, because even if you can place it, you might not be able to hook it up to anything. However, maybe, just maybe, if we make a little bit of room here, it would feel safer to have a buffer here as well, as we do on all other shops on this mountainside place, instead of doing just-in-time deliveries right here too. What about this? If we would widen that just a little bit and then try the storage facility. Yes. That would work, but that's not the hardest part. Now, for this to actually be of any use, we also need one of these here. And that might work too. Yes. Great. However, I don't think that we really have the time to stand around waiting for that. We should get them food immediately from the current distribution office. Well, this will be the same current distribution office later on as well. Yes, it will. But well, you know what I mean. Here, this one. You do that place. What's this? I don't know why it has one of these very small ones, but it has. Okay. Yeah, unload and keep them at like not 100% but 80. Food, clothing, electronics. And also get them a little refrigeration vehicle. Refrigeration. And this one will have the Scania, but bought for rubles, so it's most certainly legit. Completely. Where is the freezer? Down here. It's here. It is where it is. There you go. Load, meat, and then go to the shop and unload and wait until you are unloaded, and everything will work itself out. And in a place like this, we have fuel to last us. We have 7,500 tons on the ship and now 1,500 tons in this tank. I think that's going to last us a while. Regrettably, the bitumen ship is apparently running a little bit low on bitumen there. That was unfortunate. We could have sent it out years ago to be filled up. And a little bit more worrying, if you think about it, is that this place, they have very small tankers, 1,789 tons of fuel there and only 300 tons of bitumen. Ugh. That's no good. Maybe we should send it to the pumping harbour to load, whilst there still is some. It has 4 tons of bitumen, it says it has more, but yes, we send you away to secure a little bit of bitumen for them. But you, for example, you have like fuel for a few years maybe for that place. Here's something that is confused now. Why would you be confused? You're only trying to get home. It should not be... now you're on the wrong side of the track there. Why would you be that? Maybe you didn't make it quite far enough. Nah. Yeah, what have you even done here? Have you done anything? No. But you're going home? Something is not quite making sense. It wants to build this, yes, and it has been here already and wants to go home. Could be because there were no workers in the place when it arrived. It doesn't send it out unless there are workers here. Yes, but then the workers probably have time to go home before it reaches the place, and then it turns around maybe. I'm hypothesizing, but that may well be what is going on. Yes. So, to summarize in summary then, this is going to be a fuel crisis of quite epic proportions, I'm afraid. I'm slightly afraid, yes, it is going to be pretty bad when we start running out. And they have already run out down there, and here we're seeing something. Oh! Great! A train is stopped there at a sort of a little bit of a critical point, and it's out of fuel. And the only way to get it happy would be to give it, there is a little bit of fuel in here. That can't be too far away for you. Nah. No. Or are you that stupid? Yes, you might actually be that stupid. Because it has a waypoint that it has to go via a waypoint here. This one. And does it care that it can't reach the waypoint after that it has been at the refueling place? No, did not. If we send it to the train platform, which is where it is going in either case, just via this semaphore, then it realizes, and there's at least a tiny amount of fuel for me down there. Very tiny amount. 4.2 tons, yeah, that's going to last them forever. And this power plant, then, yeah, that's a real serious issue when that goes out. Yeah. Yes, it is. but right now we're focusing on more positive things, such as Järn here, for example. I'm pretty sure that this is their electricity here. It is working. You see obviously here what is going on with these switches. Isn't it obvious? If it isn't, then this should be laid out in such a fashion that both high voltage from both power plants come in here and sort of merge together and hopefully go out to all the power transformers that we have here and need to run everything, because we certainly would not like a prison break again. No, we're still suffering from the last one, and that was a while ago by this time. Yes. How about this shop by the television station? How is that doing? They have not even... they're working on it. Just that you're not looking at the right spot. Here they are working on it. It is coming up. Great. And this road is being laid in, and stuff's shown up. There, very good. Now we probably have far fewer passengers waiting. You're seeking culture. We can actually get you culture. We have this place, the Republic Theatre. The irony is only that you are supposed to be the culture. You're supposed to be the people working at the television station and therefore providing culture. But it's not rubbish anymore. The television station, it's actually good. There may well be people who not own a television station. No, you don't even have a radio. That's why you want to go here. But okay, you can have it. You can have your television, or your culture. Makes you a little bit more happier and therefore a little bit more productive at the television station. Perhaps. What do you think? What's the government loyalty like here? It's pretty good, on average. And since we only really have this big workplace, it's building a secret police to invade their privacy and their thoughts. It's not quite necessary, since they all work here anyways, unless they work at a hospital or as a police officer or something. But it's not a great amount of the population that is doing that. But this is a bit strange. The crime rate is pretty damn high here too, 25%. That is in this building. 8 in this one, 7, 12. Yes, but here the police station is keeping up, and therefore we don't get a completely hopeless spiral out of it. Maybe. What is the productivity? It's 109%. Very good. 1,800 workers, but only 1,100 of them actually have a radio, and 630 have a television. No wonder you want culture from somewhere then. Going to be there, and yeah, queue has already formed. But you're already 96% happy. Yes, but I have a little scheme, a thought about the scheme. And that is when the television station is good enough that people can get their culture from it, then turn the game to hard citizen reaction. Because that ought to empty out the capital and utopia pretty quickly. And then we can resettle it with happy, fresh people. Maybe. Preferably we should be at a point where we have like plenty of adults living with the parents and all such things, but that is far off. Yes, that is pretty far off. But Svenneman here is growing, and yeah, we have more stuff here now. We have another train distribution office. There was some point to this. Ah, yes, there is. Is this related to what we started with? Which is distributing alcohol to that warehouse. See this distribution office. This I want to only send long trains out of here. Say 8 wagons at the very least. And then it won't really do stuff that is smaller in amounts, smaller in volume. No. And by the way, you only go this way out, and you only come this way in. And here too, you go out that way, and you go into the thing this way. Yeah. And here, you only go into the thing exactly like this one's doing. And you only come out this way. And also we can put in, I think, another block here. There we go. Is everything else correct here regards to signaling? This is pretty much correct. This is correct, that's correct, that's correct. Yes. Yes, it is. Very good. So then we can buy ourselves a couple of GP40s maybe, for example. Not that many, it was maybe not quite required, but sure. Where you get your fuel, how much fuel do you have? You have 1,500 tons? That's fantastic. We still have that much down here. Very good. Right, we have a train here that is waiting to unload. But are you still waiting to unload? How much is on? Bitumen, we have plenty. Fuel, okay, not that much. No, this is going to be. We're going to need to do something about this. And I mean, the day that the People's Proletarian Petroleum Prefecture imports fuel or bitumen or petroleum. Petroleum we're not going to import because that we still pump out of the ground. But, you know, that won't work. That's not a proud moment. Oh, no, you're buying them at the wrong place. This is the place where you want to buy them. A few of these cargo wagons here, box cars. I maybe also want a couple of open cars just in case you want to do anything of that kind. You load here. You load alcohol, and here you load food, and here you load food. And this will now take over the job that this is currently doing of distributing food up to... No, it will not. Yes, it will. No, it won't. Yes, it will. You see, there are trains that take food out of these places up to the harbors here for further distribution. I was thinking to have it getting its stuff done via this one, but you know what we'll do? One thing that will will take off you is here, the radio storage, where you get mechanical components. Not do that anymore. Do lots of other stuff too. You bring like bricks. Large customs house, you load chemicals that you need to be doing. Not quite. Too many things to try and get into right now. Anyway, do we want this to unload the food, or do we want you to keep doing it? If we have this, it will be longer trains. For both good and bad. Mostly for good. We leave it like so, and we can't really connect you to that alcohol warehouse down by the harbor just yet. But soonish we will be able to do just that. For now though, these technical services can be started upon, which is very good. That will allow us to reorganize the water down here without people being too badly affected by it. And here, yeah, we can start work on this too. Great. Factory connection is about to be done. Yes. This will all be very, very good. And yes, it is good enough, the television station now. Now, the problem is that very few people, only half the population actually has a television. Okay? So there is no way to really provide culture to the people living, for example, here. Or is it, how is the TV ownership up here on Prison Mountain? We don't know. We have to go look. 103, about half. About half. How is it down in Järn? It's a little bit more than half, but not much. Not by much. Why is this? Haven't you felt it necessary to get the television since it was rubbish anyway? Don't think it works that way. I think they hoard electronics no matter what, if they can. But you, for example, why haven't you managed to get yourself a television? Yeah, you don't seem to have a need. You're listening to the radio. You realize how terrible this radio station is at this point. It is so incredibly poor. Yeah, helicopters are out of fuel now. Now this is starting to go pretty bad. It's not even on. There is no one working. It's static that you're listening to. 592 people are listening to static. Okay, we still have a few people living here actually. Wonder how they manage. I don't know. We seriously do need some way to this is never going to work, this. And what is that you're trying to do? Oh, you want to export raw petroleum. Very good. There will never be a time where workers are still here when the train arrives. No, it will be difficult. I think that this is it for the moment. We really need to think about how to accomplish a few things. Keeping the power plant operational is now key. And meat industry, for example, how's that doing? Not very well. No, quite poorly. Yes. How many people live in Utopia now? Still 9,992. Where are they all? They are doing something else. Here, for example, it's a bus. What are you doing? Students. Ah, right. 53 crimes that were not reported. Patrolled, reported. There are quite a lot of buses that go out of here and that don't really need to be doing anything, I don't think. And what's all this, for example? It's a Tor Volvo. Never mind the Tor Volvo, that will be fine. What does this do? What the hell is this? And you're actually working. You're going to PPP bus platform 3. Okay then. That's really interesting for you to be doing. I mean, maybe we should send you to the oil refineries. They might get some work out of you there. You never know. We have a bus platform and everything. People are even standing around here. You know what, we send you here instead. 3 workers you got on board. Very good. That's going to make all the difference. That's going to make all the fuel we need. 3 workers and all with great productivity. Yeah, all with 30% productivity. So basically have 1 worker on board this bus. Almost 1 worker. We have 94% of a worker on this bus effectively. Yes. 450 kilograms of fuel. We get there, and there are quite a few of them that are interested in this here fuel. And whilst you're out here and trying to get it, yeah, you're burning fuel too. Probably a whole lot more than you managed to get out. Yeah, you got half a ton out. Yeah. We definitely do need more workers in there, and just how to accomplish that for the moment, I do not know, but I will have to think of something, because this will be a rather terrible mess otherwise. Yeah, I'll have to think of something. For the moment though, that's it for the moment. Or rather, for the moment, that's it. Yes, thank you so very much for watching. People's Proletarian Petroleum Prefecture 263. And the next one will, or 4, whatever this was, and the next one will be an increment of the current one. That's how it usually goes. Anyway, good night.